Hey guys, Sauron here with a quick little video. Sauron takes on Banjo. So I'm going to start out with the Smash Brothers stuff real quick, and then I'm going to get into what happened in the Nintendo Direct. It's just kind of a real quick, casual video here. So Banjo has been released, and yeah, I played him. I absolutely adore his moveset. There's a couple of odd issues that I have. I'm not really good at using the grenade egg to kind of scout behind you, and I'm not exactly really good with his jumping mechanics. Now, people have found ways to straight up infinite jump with him in the grenade egg, but I am not one of those people, that's for sure. I'm terrible, and you'll see me die a couple of times because I'm not really used to his jump. Like, I get it, the flapping double jump that he has. I can't remember what it's called, but it never really gave you too much traction in Banjo Kazooie, airtime wise. It just kind of let you get slightly more air. You know, it's a double jump, but it's not a big jump, if you will. And it kind of translates here in Smash, and in Banjo Kazooie, I'm really used to it. In Smash Brothers, I am not. So there's that. The shock jump I'm not used to either. That one's kind of a weird one for me. And then you can use his side B, the Wonder Wing. I couldn't remember what it was. The Wonder Wing to move more to the side. You only have limited shots with that one. It's a pretty potent move, it looks like, as long as somebody's not shielding. It works pretty well. It's not bad because it reflects like a lot of it doesn't reflect, I should say, but it just blocks straight up a lot of moves. But if they shield, it leaves you kind of wide open. So there's that, and you can use it for getting back on the platform. There are a couple of times that you might see in the video that I should have used it and I didn't use it. But I do actually enjoy his gameplay. If I practice with him a bit more, I could actually probably main as him. It feels very natural. I love it. I love the grunty double color thing going on. I love the it's basically like black. It's got some green in it. I'm sure you'll see it in the video. I'm probably playing as it right now as we speak. But I absolutely adore that color scheme, and it's a really fun color scheme. The spirit battles are interesting, to say the least. I like the Mumbo one where it's a giant gold statue, like from Banjo Tooie. I'm a bigger fan of Banjo Tooie than I am of Banjo Kazooie. So, if you guys notice me not referencing Banjo Kazooie as much, I have played it many times. I just don't... I love it, but I like Banjo Tooie more. I know why you guys don't like Banjo Tooie more, and I know why Banjo Kazooie is the more popular option. They reference Banjo Kazooie here a lot more than Banjo Tooie, which is fine, because I understand that that's the more popular game. But the references we do get are pretty good. Anyway, yeah, the spirit battles are pretty good. I like the jiggy one where you have to like do some platforming real quick and then smack the gold Kirby's, which are basically jiggy pieces, real quick, and then make sure that you don't die on the way down. It's kind of fun. It's kind of like a, little mini puzzle thing that you would normally run into in Smash or Banjo Kazooie. So that's fine. I enjoyed that. Going into further detail, his classic run, which you'll see in a bit, that one was okay. It referenced more the fact that Banjo has, like, a buddy in Kazooie. So you got, like, Fox and Falco, Zelda and Link, and there's no Mario and Luigi, which was really weird. That one was kind of odd. I'm wondering if the characters were representing something. I know Duck Hunt Dog was supposed to be a representation of Banjo and Kazooie, because that's who you fight first on Spiral Mountain, naturally. And so, yeah, they were a reference to Banjo-Kazooie. I don't know about the other ones, but, it ended off with Master Hand, naturally. It's nothing real special. But you get to hear some of the fantastic music. Now, Banjo-Kazooie music has always been kind of bubbly. It's not necessarily epic battle music. they remixed a lot of these. Grant Kirkhope, the original creator of the Banjo Kazooie soundtrack, he got to remix one of his old tracks for this, and that was cool. And he is the first Western composer to actually remix one of the songs for Smash Brothers, and that was kind of cool. It's not only a good nod to Banjo Kazooie, and nod out of respect to Grant Kirkhope, but it's a nod to Rare as well, in my opinion. But yeah, honestly, Banjo and Kazooie are really fun to play. They're fast, they're frantic, they're crazy. I love the egg shooting mechanic in the Breagle Blaster. I don't get to use it a whole lot, but I do enjoy it. It's a nice little, nod and nudge to the fact that Rare is really, really big on making FPSs. They basically had the FPS market curbed, and it was kind of a huge thing after Doom, and then Halo kind of took over. But yeah, Rare was like the top of their game at one point in time, the top of the FPS game. So it's kind of neat to see Banjo and Kazooie kind of take that up, and of course they did it in Banjo Tooie as well with the same move, the Breagle Blaster. But it's it's nice that they brought it over to Banjo Kazooie in Smash Brothers as well. The Breagle Bash. That's a tongue twister. That move is hilarious. Love it. Absolutely love it. It's a nice little reference because it was a secret move in Banjo Tooie, so that's another nod to Banjo Tooie right there. And they have the beak drill. I can't remember what it was called. I know the beak buster, beak bar. I can't remember the moves names for some reason. Like, I don't know why. I'm just kind of freezing on it. But I don't have any of them written down naturally. But the Breagle drill thing, it's her up smash. It's their up smash, and it's pretty good. I love it. I'm used to it facing downward, but hey, that works. And then of course the beak buster, just goes straight down. It's their meteor smash, more or less, that gets them also back on stage really quickly. So that's kind of fun. You guys will see kind of towards the end of the video, I did mess around with the Sans costume from Undertale. Sans, I don't know. Sans, there we go. And I decided to play the one stage that I knew would probably have Megalovania play, and sure as hell it did. And that was Picture Chat. So I got to play as Sans beating up Inkling, which is naturally a kid, in the Picture Chat area, which sometimes kind of feels a little like an Undertale fight in a strange way. So that was kind of fun. The costume looks fantastic. It does kind of feel like Sans in a way, but it also doesn't feel like Sans, and that kind of takes you out of it a little bit. But it's Sans, come on. And Megalovania being a track on Smash Brothers with the costume makes the costume way more worth it than, I mean, it was already looking really cool. I'd probably already have gotten it to begin with anyway, just to support Toby Fox. But I don't know if it actually supports Toby Fox. But hey, it supports my love of Undertale in Smash Brothers. I would still love an actual character, a full-fledged character for Smash Brothers, but this isn't bad either. I didn't get a chance to play with the Gomon from Mystical Ninja. I've never played those games, honestly, but I did buy the costume because I do kind of... That's a game I always wanted for the N64, but I never ended up getting my hands on. So it was kind of weird to see him in here, and I'm like, okay, sure. So I, purchased that as well. I'd love a re-release of that game, honestly. Because I've always wanted to try it out. It looks so weird. And now that I'm, more into anime and stuff, it just looks super Japanese. But, yeah, then there's also Team Rocket. I had to grab those because it's Team Rocket. Come on. That's just a really cool outfit. It's something that probably should have been in Smash Brothers for a while now, Pokemon outfits. I might get some of the other outfits at a later date, but, for now, those costumes suffice, to say the least. The home run contest, I played around with that a little bit too. That's towards the end of the video. It's the home run contest. I'm not very good at the home run contest, as I'm sure you'll probably see eventually. But I did enjoy it. I brought it back, honestly, because it's kind of just a fun, you know, something to mess around with. So I'm kind of glad that it's back. It's always nice to kind of beat your high score. So, props. The sandbag blushes while it skids across the ground. That's not awkward or anything. I'm glad it's happy that it's getting beat up. I know they made a reference to that in a trophy, I think, at some point in time, where they say, don't worry about it. It does its job fine. It loves doing this. Well, now they're showing it with facial expressions, and that's just awkward as all hell. It's the last mode that they'll add to the game. I kind of was hoping for a better break the target situation, but hey, what can you do? Before I end off with talking about the Nintendo Direct, because I want to talk about the Nintendo Direct a tad bit. Terry Bogard was confirmed as the 4th DLC character. It was leaked a little bit ago that that there would definitely be an SNK character in Smash Brothers. A lot of people guessed Terry Bogard. I'm not the biggest SNK guy. I never had a Neo Geo growing up, and I never really played the arcade games a whole lot. But out of all the SNK characters I do know, which is very few, mind you, Terry, I kind of didn't want. I kind of wanted, like, somebody else, in a way. There's kind of already a fighting game character in Ryu and Ken, and I'm really hoping Terry Bogard does not play like them. Like, similar is okay, but I'm hoping that he does play in his own unique way, his own unique style. And I'm sure he probably will, but he just kind of looks like he's going to be like Ryu and Ken version 3.0, and that kind of scares me. Because I don't much like playing Ryu or Ken, for that matter. I think they're fun, they're original characters for sure, and they have original concepts to them. But I also want Terry to be an original concept. Honestly, I was kind of hoping for a Metal Slug reference or something to that effect, but, you know, I mean, Fatal Fury is perfectly fine. A few King of Fighters references here and there, I'm sure, and, you know, that's fine. I'm not necessarily dissing the idea that Terry is in here. I think SNK probably deserves a lot more love than it gets with modern day gamers. It's definitely a more of an old school, arcade-like experience, you know, back when arcades were a thing. And I'm kind of happy SNK is getting some rep, because, I mean, I wasn't expecting anything from SNK, and it's kind of cool to see SNK get some love there, because the Neo Geo and SNK don't get enough love, I personally feel. Given I don't play any of their games, so what do I know? But, you know, as a classic legacy thing, the Neo Geo was, you know, one of those old school classic consoles, and it's kind of nice to see it get the legacy that it deserves. And Smash Brothers is a great place to do that. That being said, I know a lot of people who do play King of Fighters, Fatal Fury, games like that, and I'm sure that they are ecstatic to hear that Terry Bogard is coming to the fray, you know, and that's great. I'm glad. I'm glad for the SNK fans. I'm super happy for the King of Fighter, Fatal Fury fans. Absolutely ecstatic for you guys. I'm happy for you guys. Will he be a character that I'm rushing towards? Not specifically, no. But similar to Hero or Joker, I think that, you know, Terry Bogard does kind of deserve some love. Now, given, again, there's probably other fighting games that they could have referenced, aka, like, you know, Tekken, or even Soul Calibur, or something to that regard, King of Fighters is definitely left field, and I respect Nintendo for picking them, honestly, because they're definitely not one of the companies that probably would have been fans' first choice. And I think that that's perfectly fine. Kind of shed some light on this old school arcade that we just kind of lost in the, you know, backwater realms. I don't know. But, no, I'm glad that Terry Bogard is in there. I'm super glad that SNK does have some rep. Once I found out it was going to be SNK, I was kind of excited for it. But, that being said, I'm not super excited for it. I know, that seems kind of weird. I'm excited for the legacy being in Smash Brothers. But as a character, as a playable character, I don't know Terry Bogard. And from what little I see of his moveset, he doesn't look super original. He doesn't look super awesome or anything like that, which I'm sure when I get to play him, that'll be a whole different story. I'm positive they're gonna be, you know, he's gonna be really fun, this and that, blah blah blah. But from what I'm seeing right now, I'm just not hyped up for it. You know what I'm saying? That opening though, the way they reference the old school Fatal Fury, oh my gosh, that was cool. Okay. Forgiven just for that alone. But they're going to have more Smash Fighters. That's awesome. I'm excited for that. I was kind of hoping that there would be a second pass. Or at least something akin to that. And yeah, we're getting it. Totally confirmed. So that's awesome. As for the other direct news. Oh boy. Not a whole lot of it pertains to me specifically, so I'll just kind of go over the things that I'm most excited about, I guess you could say. Luigi's Mansion is looking to be a very fun game. I might want to go back to Luigi's Mansion for a brief stint, maybe review it. Sauron Takes on King Boo? Yeah, okay. I don't know if I'm going to get this game at launch. I still need to play the second one. I have not played Luigi's Mansion 2. I have not purchased Luigi's Mansion 2. I do not have it in my collection of games for the 3DS, Luigi's Mansion 2. I want to do that. And I want to play the remake of Luigi's Mansion on the 3DS, but I don't know if I want like a whole video discussing it. I would much rather play the GameCube version and do a review on that, and maybe do like a quick update on one of my other videos. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. But Luigi Mansion 3 does look super cool. Totally excited for that. As for other games, they talked about Deus Ex Machina, or Demon Ex Machina, or whatever the hell, Damon Ex Machina, I think. It looks great. I played the demo of it. I'm excited to, you know, try it out eventually. Again, not a day one purchase for me, but it does look really cool. I'm kind of excited for it. And the demo's going to be out, so maybe I'll do a quick video on the demo. Hard to say. Other than that, there was a lot more news on Animal Crossing than anything. Yeah, it's basically Animal Crossing with Minecraft crafting. Cool. I do like the idea that you can go over the stupid river at any time instead of having to like go all the way around it, because that was such a hassle in every other game. So I'm happy for that. I'm happy that it looks like it's co-op, local co-op, which is awesome. You can set furniture wherever. You can build your own pathways. You kind of build your own village, and that's nice. I kind of enjoy that. It's looking to be a really fun, you know, beautiful game. They added more weather. I'm hoping swimming and diving come back. And yeah, it's just shaping up to be a really good Animal Crossing game. That's all there is to it. Pokemon updated a bit. There's 2 new Pokemon. They are revealing new Pokemon really slowly. Really slowly. I was hoping for at least like one more Galar form that would just hype the crap out of me like Zigzagoon did. But no such dice. I'm not a big fan of Galar Weezing, but I'm a huge fan of Galar Zigzagoon. And their new 3rd evolution looks amazing. I'm super happy that Zigzagoon got some more love. This time they showed off Poltegeist. And it's basically a teacup with a ghost in it. A tiny little cute ghost. Not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be Ghost Fairy, but it's just Ghost. It's still adorable, and I kind of want one. As for the other one, it looks like I can't remember the name of it. It's a derpy bird. It's based off a pelican that likes to just swallow fish whole. And this does the same thing if you use like a move like surf or dive. I don't know if it's going to be anything other than surf or dive, but if you use surf or dive where you summon water, it'll catch a fish. And basically if it goes first and you get attacked after the fact, it will counterattack with shooting the fish in its mouth at the opposing Pokemon. So it's derpy, but I kind of dig it. I don't know why. Like these two new Pokemon are pretty decent. Everything else was you get a camp with your Pokemon and it looks like Poke Pelagio or whatever the hell that was called from Sun and Moon, except it's in 3D and looks more fun. So there's that. You're gonna make curry. That's interesting. And there's a boatload of customization options. Pokemon have been doing customization since, I believe, X and Y. They brought it back for Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And now it looks even bigger here. You can customize lipstick, eye color, hair choice, like all sorts of stuff. And it looks like there's just a huge amount of customization and clothes. And I love that. That's awesome. So that was the big announcement for Pokemon. Everything else was just kind of meh. Okay. Another announcement. Super Nintendo is coming to their online servers. I should really pick up on their online servers because there's a lot of good NES games that I don't have to go buy anymore. Some of which have never been released outside of the NES. And the Super Nintendo looks like it's going to be the same way. So I'm really hoping for some Capcom Disney love, because I would love to play Goof Troop on an HD console. And throw in the SNES Aladdin in there for me too, would you? Yeah? Okay. Cool. Thanks, Nintendo. Appreciate it. But, yeah, like the 20 games look pretty cool. Yoshi's Island, Star Fox. They're doing things that originally required the Super FX chip. And they're already, like, starting to do crap like that. The Wii U, as much as it's good for a virtual console, it didn't have any of the Super FX games on the Wii U. And the mini Super Nintendo had some FX games on there, but it didn't have things like Stunt FX Racing or anything like that. It had Star Fox and Yoshi's Island and Star Fox 2, but nothing else. But now you can get Star Fox and Yoshi's Island on the Nintendo Switch. And that's awesome. That's great. That's fantastic. Good job, Nintendo. Tetris 99 is getting an update. Don't really play Tetris, so I don't really care. I don't know what Deadly Premonition is, or what the sequel is, but both are coming to the Switch. Cool. They showed off a bit more of Link's Awakening. I'm already going to review that game relatively soon. Probably next year. Not necessarily this next year coming up, but the year after that, when I review the Game Boy version as well as the Switch version. So I'm already going to get that. It's Link's Awakening. Of course, it's a Zelda game, and I'm trying to play all the Zelda games. Great. Little Town Hero, which is a Game Freak game that's not Pokemon, is here. And that looks charming as all hell, but I'm not a big RPG guy. I'm into Pokemon, but I'm not into many other RPGs. I'm going to try and change that, but Little Town Hero does not do anything that's convincing me, other than the fact that, once again, my boy Toby Fox is doing most of the music for the game. I mean, I would... I'm the type of guy to buy a Sans skin just to hear Megalovania while I'm fighting. You know, but Sans is awesome too, so I might purchase the game just because it's there. They showed off a bunch of other games. Call of Cthulhu. What the hell is it called? Ni no Kuni, I think it's called. Where it's kind of the art style of the Studio Ghibli movies, plus an RPG, and that's cool. I just recently acquired the damn game, and now the definitive edition is coming to Nintendo Switch. I might be buying the game again. Why the hell not? Doom 64 is also coming out again. That's cool. Everyone who kind of wanted that. and they're re-releasing Tokyo Mirage Sessions Encore. Well, Encore would be the new version of it. That's one of the games that really did not do well on the Nintendo Wii U. It was released on the Nintendo Wii U. I never played it myself. It's one of those games where it's a bit niche on a console that's already a bit niche. Do you see the problem here? So the fact that they're giving it new life is great. I'm happy for all the Persona / Fire Emblem fans that are getting a kick out of this game, because it's kind of a mix between Persona and Fire Emblem from what I can tell. I've never played Persona. I don't really play Fire Emblem. This game is not necessarily for me, but it's cool to see on here nonetheless. I might support it just for the hell of it, because I know there's a lot of people who do like the game, you know, coming out. But yeah, Wii U game exclusivity, if I could speak English, is kind of dying. Wonderful 101, Mario 3D World. There any other games on the Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Wii U that's not on the Nintendo Switch? I don't remember. Oh yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles X. The one Xenoblade Chronicles game that I have twice for no particular reason. I ended up buying it twice because I'm like, oh man, that's a good deal. And then I forgot I had it and then went to GameStop and I'm like, oh man, that's a good deal. So I ended up with it twice like an idiot. Speaking of Xenoblade Chronicles, this is kind of cool news, in my opinion. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is being released for the Nintendo Switch. So, Xenoblade Chronicles and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 are both for the Switch. It looks gorgeous. The graphics look like they've been up-resed a hell of a lot. I never bought Xenoblade Chronicles. I will probably get the Definitive Edition. I kind of want to try it out, just because the landscape looks amazing. I want to play Xenoblade games, because they look awesome. Even though I'm not into RPGs all that much, Xenoblade games have something that I kind of want. The sprawling, huge landscape that looks ripe for exploration. I love it. So, definitely want some of those. But, yeah, that's cool. I know some people dislike the idea that there's a re-release of this game coming out when the game, quote-unquote, just came out. I disagree with that mentality, honestly, because, frankly, the game came out 10 years ago. Not just recently, but like 10 years ago. And I was 21 when the game like first started coming out. So, yeah, no, that's actually quite a ways away. And it's not as if the release of Xenoblade Chronicles was easy to acquire here in the States either. The physical copy was hard as hell to come by, and while there's a downloadable copy on the Wii U, again, niche game on a niche console. Good luck with that. So, not many people have access to Xenoblade Chronicles. The only way you'd have access to it is if you played it on the 3DS. But again, a full console release ported to the 3DS. Yeah, I'm sure people were like, yeah, that sounds amazing. No, full console release is ported to the 3DS is not necessarily considered to be a good thing. So, yeah, a lot of people didn't try it out there either. It's good to have, you know, the variety on the Switch anyway. And it's nice to have, you know, a portable version of Xenoblade Chronicles. That's the nice thing about it. I don't care if it's a re-release or not. It's a portable version of a really big game, but with better graphics than the 3DS can produce. Ha! So, outside of that, there's really not much else that interested me in the whole thing. I enjoyed the Direct. I know a lot of people love the Direct. I didn't care much for it. Like, Super Kirby Clash was not something necessarily built for me. It wasn't necessarily that the Direct was bad, it's just that I didn't care for it. But, hey, props if you did. It looked, you know, there's a lot of good games on there. It looks really good. So, props to everyone who enjoyed it, and that's me. I'm out. That's all the time I got for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. This is Sauron Takes on Banjo Kazooie. Ha 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 ha.